village of Kumbri, cradled between sun-parched fields and dusty cassava trails, hadn't seen so many soldiers since the insurgents of 2 years back, when mortar shells ripped through the hills and scattered half its people. Today, though, was a different scene. Flags danced in the breeze, drums thrummed, and women filled the lanes with baskets of militant mangoes. President Ibraim Trower arrived, not with rumbling tanks, but with a vow to launch a new irrigation system built by local hands, funded by reclaimed national wealth, and safeguarded by the community. Trower moved with ease among the villagers, kneeling by elders, hoisting children for photos, listening more than he talked. This quiet warmth made him a hard target, and a bold lure for those who still hoped to shatter him. He took the stage, a simple platform of planks beneath banana leaves, his speech opening not with grand claims, but with a story of a boy like him, tending goats in the north, but his mother's callous hands from a well that dried up. The crowd smiled, nodded, some dabbing silent tears. They felt it, yet at the back, beyond the celebration's edge, stood a boy in a worn yellow shirt, no more than 12. His sandals were too big, his jeans too short, his face eerily still. He held a plastic bottle, but under his shirt, pressed to his chest, was something more. Trower spotted him as he stepped down, moving into the crowd. The boy's eyes ignored the dancers and music, locking on him. Closer, Trower saw the tremor, not of joy, but fear. The knife was long, military sharp, hidden but not from a man who had seen too much. Trower didn't pause. He didn't call for guards or sound the alarm. He approached. The boy froze, and in a moment some called madness, others brilliance. The president knelt, arms wide. The boy flinched, and Trower said, "You don't have to do this." The boy's eyes stretched, his legs buckled, and he fell, sobbing into the dust, fingers weak on the knife. Guards rushed in, but Trower raised a hand. "No harm," he said. "It is not our enemy." That act broke an unseen barrier. In the quiet, Umar confessed through gasps, barely audible, that he'd been ordered to strike during the event, promise money, promise fame. He didn't know the voice, only that it came from a man in a white van who'd brought him 2 days ago and would return after. An orphan from Fada's outskirts, Umar had no kin. He'd been taught to wield a blade, to blend in, to smile while plotting, chosen for his size, his obscurity, his need. Trower held him as a crowd murmured, shocked and horrified. A child assassin, a face on a weapon. He stood, Umar in his arms, and handed him to Fatima Dwamba, who'd tracked child recruitment in the East for months, never expecting it this close to power. Trower looked at the villagers, his security chief, the sky. "They're using our children," he said, "not for our weakness, but our strength." To the commander, "Block the roads. Search every car. Find the van." Softly to Fatima, "Find how many more like him exist." Umar was placed in protective care, not as a captive but a witness. He later led agents to a compound outside Dori, where 9 other boys trained in silence. Nameless, numbered, alias-bound, they trusted no one, obeyed all, struck on cue. Burkina Faso faced not just rebels but traitors in obedience, trauma, and child death, and Trower wouldn't ignore it. Umar's faltering words revealed a deeper shadow, not a rebel whim, but a silent system hidden under humanitarian masks, beyond security's grasp. Under watch, he shared bits, faceless men, aimless routines, game-like drills, and a training mantra, be remembered by staying unseen. A riddle to bind and rule. In the Situation Room with Fatima Dwamba and Malik Sangare, Ibraim Trower understood. This was deliberate, ongoing. Within 48 hours, he launched Operation Widestnet, a counterintelligence sweep disguised as an education push. Publicly, it touted mobile classrooms and orphanage visits. Covertly, teams in medical and supply vans scoured the east and north, noting youth shelters. Satellites flagged 11 compounds, NGO-registered but unaudited by Social Affairs. Maison domain near Topoa showed paramilitary heat signatures. Trower ordered a silent night approach. No sirens, no uniforms. Force only if fired upon. Soldiers found a chilling sight. 21 children, 7 to 13, slept on numbered cots under nets, drilled in evacuation. A back room held mission cards with fake lives and targets. Malik, over a trunk of passports and phones, said, "This is trafficking, not training." The children were mute at first, but a 10-year-old girl in Broken Moor revealed tablet games teaching smiles and obedience coded for commands. The device linked to a Nairobi edtech firm, EU-funded, but Fatima traced it to a Singapore shell tied to a French equity firm with Sahel security ties. Too sleek, too funded, intentional. "We fight, not rebels," Trower told Fatima, "but destroyers of childhood, truth, future." Umar's night visit to Trower, with 2 guards outside, brought the darkest clue. "The van man, I saw him on TV. He shook your hand." Trower air-pressed. Umar recalled a slow voice, a redstone ring. Fatima found a match. Louis Favre, mid-50s, gray-haired, suited, from a summit 6 months ago, tied to the Sahel Children's Prosperity Initiative, recently withdrawn but leaving trained orphans. Betrayal hit personally. Trower had endorsed Favre. Capture him alive, he ordered. Intelligence placed Favre at a Dakar summit in a week. Trower secured Senegal's discreet aid, despite warnings of Favre's diplomatic shield. "Break the silence," he said. In Burkina Faso, rumors of a knife-wielding boy and a hugging president spread. Journalists probed, truth surfaced, and mourning grew. Friday, Trower addressed the nation gravely. "A network users are forgotten to strike the living. They steal with promises. Never again." No names, but a line was set. In Dakar, Favre, unaware, sipped with his ring glinting. The forum buzzed with diplomacy, but a hunt brewed. Trower, in a gray suit, watched Favre's every move. Immunity protected him, but Trower planned exposure. That night, Malik and Fatima leaked a fake brief, tipped media, and deployed echoers to track Favre. His nerves frayed, cancelled interviews, a secure call, extract early. "They've linked me." Trower struck. Favre's car to a villa was intercepted by a Senegal officer diverting to an echoer's site. Face to face, Favre protested, "You'll make unseen enemies." Trower countered, "You made child weapons. Treaties won't save you." Favre's defense, order, manageable populations, sealed his fate. The recording reached journalists and a legal coalition. Trower demanded the network's architects. Favre listed names, firms, Malta servers, Curaçao accounts, a Togo recruitment school. Trower left, Favre detained but fading. West Africa froze contracts, audited programs. In Burkina, Umar healed in community care, asking, "Did I stop him?" "You started better," a guard said. Trower decreed government child protection, banned unverified NGOs, and founded the Children's Vigilance Authority with survivors. Policy, education, and legacy homes rebuilt trust. Internationally, probes followed. Umar's UN speech, "He saw me," silenced the assembly. Under a neem tree, Trower pinned Umar's sketch. 2 figures, no knives, just smiles. Enemies adapted, but Burkina's model grew, proving leadership sees deeper than it strikes. Subscribe to this channel for truth, dignity, sovereignty. This is the beginning